And now you got to remember that this guy Madoff, he became the chairman of NASDAQ. I mean, this was a very powerful, prominent man who ran a major trading company. You didn't make accusations lightly against an individual like that.
The fact that a market goes down 300 points or up 300 points, take my word for the most part, you can ignore all of that stuff. If you're investing for your retirement or whatever, you don't have to get involved in all these insane moves that occur in the marketplace. It's unfortunate for me that I have to deal with this every day.
And then Harry took it to the Boston Securities Exchange Commission in May of 2000.
The mission of the SEC is to protect investors, maintain fair, orderly, and efficient markets, and to facilitate capital formation.
In the wake of the Great Depression, Ferdinand Mercora examined high-profile witnesses and uncovered many abusive practices by the banks. This led to the formation of the Securities and Exchange Commission, the government body that exists today to regulate U.S. financial markets and to protect your savings.
I called Ed Mannion over at the SEC's Boston office.
And he said to them, I've got a fraud here that you need to investigate.
You know, our hope was that the SEC was going to quickly do something about it.
I wasn't surprised that Harry decided to push. He never asked for counsel before he went to the SEC. He just did it.
He was calling one of the most successful people on Wall Street a fraud and a Ponzi scheme. And had that knowledge become known, he could have ruined entirely someone's investment career. Days pass, weeks pass, months pass, and we never saw anything happen. Madoff just continued to report good numbers.
What happened here?
We literally receive hundreds of thousands of complaints every year. Hundreds of thousands.
We were surprised, I guess, at the extent of the lack of appropriate investigation. You know, when we first went into it, we thought perhaps that they had done certain things, but Madoff was able to fool them and would always provide false documents to them, and there was almost nothing they could do to uncover it. But what we found was there were steps they could have taken. They simply didn't take them.
Our economy is in crisis. We thought the enemy was Mr. Madoff. I think it's you. You were the shield. You were the protector.
How are we supposed to stop Madoff? He had many billions of dollars to protect. If he found out about us, that could have been dangerous.
And here's the reason we were worried about risk for Harry. There was this fellow that had blown the whistle on a big mutual fund fraud up in Boston, and they found that poor fellow beat and left for dead in a parking lot.
Basically what they told us was, you have to stand for something, and you have to be able to fight for what you stand for. I fought many a time and not won. You know, most people are bigger than me, so you just get used to it. I don't mind losing. You just have to show up. And a few days later, I'm meeting with Mike Garrity and a few other people from the SEC, and it's clear that Mike Garrity gets it. He doesn't understand the math, so he has me diagram every relationship. And at the end of it, he says, Harry, this is very serious, and it certainly merits me forwarding it to New York as quickly as possible with the utmost seriousness. On my submission, I didn't want to be identified, because if they know, and any of them turn out to be corrupt and take money from Madoff, I'm a dead man.